client called me and said, John, my life is out of balance. I have just been spending so much time on my business that I don't have time for my family. And I was thinking back to a month ago when we had spoken, and he called me and he said, John, my life is out of balance. I've been spending so much time on family stuff that I just haven't been paying attention to my business. And I thought back to actually a month before that when he had called me and he said, John, my life is out of balance. I've been spending so much time on my business, and when I'm not there, I'm with family, and I just haven't been paying attention to my health. And I was sitting here thinking, man, are you sure your life's out of balance? Because if I zoom out to coach position and I look at your life, it looks like you're doing all these things over the course of some months, but I see that you feel out of balance. And so I started talking to him about a perspective of balance that I actually kind of have from physics, which is my background. I study physics and math. And this word balance has me think of physics for obvious reasons, right? It's a physical word. And I think that the idea of life balance is actually a frustrating and toxic idea for two reasons. The first one, real quick and short, is that the idea of balance is an unattainable. It's like perfection. It's like infinity. Perfect balance does not exist in a sense of static, steady state equilibrium. There's no such thing as perfect balance. It's always on the verge of moving because everything's always in motion. So there is no static balance. And so the idea of static balance in life, balance, it's like trying to strive for perfection. It's frustrating. You never really get there. Attached to that perfect outcome, it doesn't really help. It creates turmoil. So that's a small point, right? But that's just like anything. You don't want to strive for something that's unattainable in an attached way. You want to move towards it knowing that you can never really get there. So that's the first thing. Let go of perfect balance because you ain't going to get it. The second, more important, and I think more helpful distinction that I like to share around balance that I get from physics is the idea of balance as a static, steady state for life just doesn't even make any sense. It's a poor model. It's a poor way to represent the idea of having a life that's enjoyable, where you're doing amounts of things that actually make you feel fulfilled in an equal way throughout those things. And so, but from physics standpoint, like balance can also be a balanced amount of movement. And so I think of a pendulum. And with a pendulum, it's like this is a static balance, or almost, right? Because it's just still. But that's not what you want in life. In life, you want this thing moving. You want it swinging back and forth. And the balance is the balanced amount of swing in all different directions. It goes up and the other way, and in balanced distances, the arc is balanced. And so that, for me, that works as a model and metaphor for life. I remember thinking about this when I was camping a couple years ago, and every time I see a swing, I saw a swing in the woods, every time I see a swing, I just want to get on it. I've loved seeing swings since I was a little kid. Getting on the swing and feeling what it feels like to move into a particular direction and then have gravity pull you back towards the ground, and then have the potential move you back up towards the other side. And to me, it's a perfect metaphor for life. It's like we have gravity of life always pulling us to a static state of just non-movement. Like life, Buddhists say life is suffering. Everything is always trying to decay and to stop. And it's our will to live, it's our will to move, it's our will to survive, to create, that takes us away from that brings us to food, to eat it, to stay alive. It takes away from pain. It's our will to create, our spirit that takes us away from nothingness and into creation. It's to build our business, to create our art, to spend time with family, to do things, to work on our health, to do things. Our will moves us away from the state of steadiness, of death, into things. And so life is like, so we swing. We go, our will brings us in the direction of something to the point where the potential is so great, where we've done so much that then gravity is pulling on us. It's pulling us back into the direction. And it pulls us down and we swing back through and they go right back out the other side into something else. We spend our time, we go from business to health to family, and we want to go in equal directions of all these things, and we have to keep moving. We have to swing back. Why? Because life is pulling us down and our will is pulling us up. And as a result, we swing between things. And so, if I just broke my swing, how great timing, that's awesome, whatever. So, in life, don't break your swing. Let me pick this up. Hold on. Can I fix this real quick? No, I just broke the chain. Anyway, I'll use this thing upside down. Smaller swing. In life, if you want to, what happens is you get a moment in your experience of doing something where you think, oh my God, I've been doing too much of this, I haven't done enough of that. Been too much business, not enough family. I haven't been paying attention to my health. And what that is it's information that you're at the top of the arc. It doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. It just means it's time to reverse the swing back the other way. And now I'm over here, oh man, I've been spending so much time with family, I really need to get back to work. And you swing the other way. That information isn't information saying you're doing something wrong. It's just telling you it's time to reverse the swing. And it keeps swinging. Let that information, let that gravity pull you down and let it push you up in the other direction, right? Let life move you through that center point of you and who you are. Let it move you through that and swing. Be happy to swing. Let that information, instead of being a reason to get you down and thinking, my life's out of balance, let it say, hey, it's time to swing. And then the last final point is if you're feeling like you're spending too much time in a particular direction. I've spent way too much time on business and I'm not happy with how much time I spend and how little time I spend on family. And then I go back and I go, man, I've been spending way too much time on my health and stuff and on my fitness and I haven't been doing any work. It's like, crap, that's too much too. And the amount of time you're spending is the length of the string. And so all you have to do is shorten the string. There's a short swing out near my wife's family's house. And when I go out there to the park, sometimes I'll go sit on it and I'll just swing back and forth. And it's a high frequency, there's a short swing. So you go quicker, but you spend less time in each. And so if you want to spend less time in each at a particular time, you still get to hit them all in an equal balance, but you don't spend as much time on them. So, hey, if you want to spend less time but still stay in balance, just shorten the string. Get up there a little bit, go back the other way. Spend an hour with family, do a little bit of work out for a little bit. Balance happens when movement is equal in different directions. And the information you're getting about, oh, I haven't done enough of this, or I've been doing too much, it's just time to change the direction. You're at the top of the arc. And if the time in these things are too long and you're feeling like you have to wait too long to move from one thing, shorten the length of the string. This is balance. There's no such thing as static balance. There's no such thing as perfect balance. You're never going to get perfect balance. And balance is movement. If you feel like you're out, it's just time for you to reverse the direction of your swing. Keep swinging. Stay alive. Don't be in perfect static balance, because that means you're dead. And dead is not what you want, I don't think.